QA for Jira and 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. It's just simple. In our work we encountered 4 major testing problems that the QA for Jira plugin solves. And now we will show you how to do it.
Tom, what about automation in QA-Craft? I understand that this plugin makes this topic easier, but how flexible it is? What is this automation functionality in QA-Craft? What is so special, innovative about this part of the plugin? Innovative is that the implementation of automated tests is not included in QA-Craft. QA-Craft is only a trigger for the execution of automated tests and must communicate with the tool that is responsible for the execution of automated tests. We personally test QA-Craft by performing automated tests with Jenkins as the tool that manages our tests. So what do we have to do to perform such a test? We need to indicate which Jenkins we want. In example, we use a specific link, endpoint, through which automation tests communicate. This Jenkins gets information that we have a test suite ready to be performed and information about how the kit is built. This information goes there, individual automatic tests are run, which make up our tests, and now, when we performing individual tests, information from Jenkins return to Jira. Here we have expanded the QA-Craft API in such a way that tools that run automatic tests can also communicate with QA-Craft. Send results, perform individual test cases. After performing the tests, Jenkins returns the information that the test has been completed. Here, of course, full queue service. If a few people build test sets for themselves and execute them at the same time, Jenkins will queue it, execute it, or in parallel. If there is such an extensive architecture in Jenkins that allows for parallel execution of automatic tests, or arrange it in sequences and after turn it will do it and come back with results. What else is innovative? The innovative thing is that automated tests in QA-Craft can be performed not only by a tester who knows about automation, but a manual tester who performs manual tests. In example, not technical and does not necessarily know all the nuances of test automation. How does it look like? It looks quite interesting. If we go into a particular test case, we can observe the following things. The test case is set to manual mode by default, so it has elements that show us a list of steps in the test case of manual execution, which a description of what needs to be done, what is the expected result, what is the status of the test cases being performed. Suppose we run a test case. It fell into the regression case category with the information that it should be automated. So such an automation tester takes a specific test case, read the list of steps to be performed, creates a specific machine on his side, and in QA-Craft there is part which is the feature file repository. File that contains a description of the automation functionality. This repository automatically downloads data from Git and Jenkins, and if a given automated test has been created on the site of automation, it automatically goes to the QA-Craft repository and is ready for execution. So we take such a test case and switch it to automated mode. Will not explode? it definitely won't explode. So far it has not exploded. As you can see, the list of steps has disappeared and we know how the option to choose a specific automation test. In example, a specific feature file that has been created and is in our repository. We choose such a file and here it appears in Gherkin. It is a quasi-natural language that describes what will happen in this particular test case. So we have information here that some element of the structure is created, a page is opened, login and individual steps of a given machine. Also having such an automation case, we can do the following. Let's say we have a test plan consisting of automated tests. Here we have 3 suite tests, 5 automation test cases in total. A tester who has no automation skills at all enters a new automated test runs on the plan test level. Calls himself this run. For example, and here he can also do the following action. He can choose a problem in Jira that is like this, as if the perpetrator enforces the need to perform automated tests. If I choose such an issue, we have such a nice situation. The result of the test will be attached to the issue. Oh, perfect. Okay, we don't have to do this. This result will be found in Jira in this particular QAcraft project. Okay, I choose the status of our runs, so we can choose a draft, or if it is a run we want to create now and execute later. Is it an automation test run that we want to run immediately, or maybe one that we want to schedule? In example, we want to set it according to the schedule for a specific time or day. So we have some sort of freedom in this space. Full freedom. We can choose any execution date, any hour of execution, a certain periodicity of execution of such runs. In example, we can define that it will be performed cyclically every week, every day at the end of the day, every day at the beginning of the day. So what else is left for us? In this particular test case, we are left with 5 automated tests. Let's say that we choose one from each test suite and now. After creating such a test run of automated tests, we have already received information from Jenkins that someone decided to run such a specific test of tests, and if we now enter a particular run of this kind, we see that the test cases have been selected for execution, and so far this information has arrived. It will take a few minutes for the entire test to be performed. We can already see we are in the details of the automated test execution. We can see that the first case of the automation test is being performed. The way is completely invisible to us. It means that I can run such a set of automated tests, even it is large and will contain 100 automated tests to be performed. I can forget it and do the other tasks besides Jira. I can come back at any time and see what happens with my tests. So background testing is not a problem. It's not a problem, even if you will not be able to see what action is being performed at the moment. After performing the automated tests, you will still get access to a trial log which will allow you to observe at which step a test case was performed with a bug. So it goes on, you forget about it. You can set it to the night hours, check the result in the morning. Completely arbitrary. Let's see what happened. As you can see, the first test case is over, the second one has not yet been started. Probably in a moment, if we enter, we will observe it. Oh, we have it. The cool thing is we can do other things at the same time, not just control these test cases. You know, it's kind of like watching grass grow. It's fascinating, but it's a long process. Not everyone has time to sit and watch the automation test being performed. Here I will agree with you. Oh, the last third test case is over. Exactly. Here we have the information that the third run test was successful. Let's go into its details, and what do we see? A list of 3 test cases. Each of these cases was successfully completed. Apart from the information that test case ended with passed or failed, we have access to logs at any time, which show us what happened in this particular test case. And here we can see our specific test case and information and the full log of what was done in it. Cool, very readable. This is a list that shows that this particular step was performed within a specific millisecond automated test execution time. The information in milliseconds lasted. This one just lasted 10 milliseconds, and its execution status. This one just was passed. At the bottom, we have information that the tests were performed with a passed result. There is information passed here. Okay, let's go back to our automated test details. We finished it. What is happening in QACraft? I mentioned earlier that there is an issue that represents the result of automated tests. Here we see so. The test result, test launched on this particular day at this time with an accuracy of individual milliseconds. Here we have a tree that presents us with specific test cases of automation tests that we have selected for execution, with information about the status of their execution, and this would hook up to the issue that we indicated as the issue forcing the execution of specific tests.